Azure costs. My name is David Blank-Edelman, and I'm with my colleague Dante Rauzera, and we're here to talk to you a little bit about costs and how to deal with them. The cloud is a wonderful thing. It is essentially infinitely scalable, infinitely powerful. You can provision anything you want, but it also has another property where, because you can scale it as much as you want, it could be infinitely costly. And so when we talk to our customers, our experience has been that they have a lot of concern around maintaining the right amount of cost, making sure that they're getting the best value for their money. And so what we'd like to do is do an entire session today about that. And instead of just telling you Microsoft's perspective, we thought it would be really useful to you to hear from one of our customers. We have two people from Maersk who are going to help us describe their cost optimization journey so you can learn from it, and so we can all learn from it as well. And then what we'll do is we'll sort of take that apart a little bit. We will discuss it and give you some of the hints that we've learned from them and others. We'll talk about some resources and next steps, and then there'll be some Q&A. And so we're hoping you have lots of great questions for us. So let's start off with our friends from Maersk. So what I'd like to do is introduce you to Will Owen, Governance Lead in the Cloud Center of Excellence at Maersk, and Rasmus Hald, Head of the Cloud Center of Excellence at Maersk as well. So good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Hey, you all right?
Pretty good. How are you?
Great. So what I want to do is get right into it. So if you had to summarize the most surprising thing you've learned from all your cost optimization work, what would it be?
That's a great question, David. So I would say probably how obvious this isn't. Cost optimization isn't necessarily part of every engineer's DNA today. It's not because we don't have skilled engineers. We have some of the absolute best out there, but we all come from somewhere, and we're used to working with data centers where you invest in iron and then you go be awesome, right? But that's one cost model where when we built in the cloud, you had much more flexibility, but you also have the corresponding flexible cost model.
Well, okay, so do me a favor. Let's go back to the beginning. What's Maersk's history on Azure? How did you get started? When did you get started? And what does your Azure deployment look like?
Well, I think that would take a bit more time than we have here today, but I can tell you a bit about what's relevant for this topic. So we've been in Azure for a good handful of years, but since 2017, we really started accelerating our digital journey. And at Maersk, we are currently in the middle of a digital transformation. By 2019, we had launched over 100 digital applications that, of course, awed our customers and generated tremendous amounts of business value. However, they were built by and hosted in the cloud by DevOps teams with a focus on delivering business value quickly.
So, okay, so do me a favor, and so let's bring the cost optimization piece into it. Can you tell me what got you started on that?
Absolutely, yeah, sure. So, well, now we're 2019, right? And 2020, we have had a focus on delivering rapid business outcome, but it came at a cost. So in 2020, we saw a huge increase in our cloud cost. We predicted almost doubling year over year our cloud bills, right? And this got us thinking that we must have tremendous potential to go and optimize. And this is when the Cloud Center of Excellence was asked to go and do so.
So when the Cloud Center of Excellence was asked to go and cost optimize or work on cost optimization, like what was your first response to that request?
Well, Will and I got to ask, and Will, I remember what you said. You said, no, I'm not going to do that for you.
Yeah, yeah, cheers. And it's true. I mean, we just invested all of this time in accountability for costs and moving the cost of cloud back to the consumers of that cost. And now effectively, it sounded like I was going to be the hatchet man to go and cut costs across the organizations and get those teams to go and do that. And that wasn't the nicest message to hear, I'll be honest. But we then realized if I didn't do it and we didn't do it from an engineering perspective, different types of cuts would come in. They'd start to stop deployments in cloud, start to impacting business value. So we wanted to go and do that optimization and achieve some effort and results out of this before that actually kicked in.
Okay, so you agreed to do it. Now, how did you actually start? Like, what was the first thing you did in the realm of engineering?
Sure. I mean, first thing was really with engineering first. So my initial focus was to stand up engineers and build on our partnership with Microsoft, especially around how we optimized certain patterns and certain resources in Azure. The next thing was then we needed to drive an awareness of cost. We'd done this great work of moving all of the cost out and recharging that across all of the individual product teams, products being internal capabilities in Maersk, but moving all of those costs back. And we had those reports, but leadership teams just saw a big number and they didn't realize how it was breaking down and who was doing it. So by allocating effectively what we called allocation targets, budgets to each of the products, based on the target we had, that meant they had to start driving 16% saving across their products. And that drove an initial immediate focus from the product teams to start going to do something. And then we targeted the top 10 consumers. Top 10 consumers was about 96% of our consumption in this scope. So we knew if we could go and target those, we can actually go and that would fix major issues.
So when you talk about this chargeback, it now means that you're in this world of you build it, you run it, but also now you pay for it. So can you take us sort of through the sort of things you would do with the top 10 consumers to help them with this work?
Sure. So, I mean, the first thing to call out is we sort of broke the optimization patterns into two types of patterns. First, which is centralized optimization, and things like Azure hybrid use benefit, reserved instances, where they're driven from a central capability. They're typically a bit more complex. They're typically license related or discount related. So you drive them centrally rather than individual product led.
Right.
And then for product specific initiatives, that's where the savings are delivered directly by those teams. So we provided the insights and then helped them to actually go and drive those as savings. So if we look at a product level discussion, the first thing we talked about was how are you using cloud today? Let's take a look at your environments, for instance. You've got test, pre-prod, production, development. But yet your test environment is running 24 hours a day. Why is that? Your development environments are the same cost. And are you changing your environment cost based on your release cycle and your release pattern that you're in? The second was then we've looked at the environment. How do we target the services? So let's look at the top 3 consumers of your cost as an example. So, one of the ones we looked at was things like Cosmos DB, SQL, and app services. So if we took Cosmos DB, we saw, just as one example of a pattern, we saw where they'd gone and deployed something like 100 plus Cosmos DB instances across their platform. And each one of them, they're only set to either 400 or 1,000 DTU, the consumption units. But each one individually is fine. Scale that 100-fold, and you've got huge inefficiencies in cost. And then what we also saw the big savings coming in was also what about refactoring and re-architecting. We had products, a major platform going in, which was being designed for 3-year sizing, and was being designed now for its size in 3 years. And so by reducing or refactoring that architecture to the right size now, we saw significant savings coming back in.
Well, so let's take it from there. So when you talk about significant savings, what have been the results of all this cost optimization work so far?
Sure. Rasmus, do you?
Sure. Well, I would say firstly, we have control over our cloud spend. We had that before, but to a much higher degree. We have established a FinOps capability or cloud financial management capability at Maersk. The team have achieved above 50% cost savings and cost avoidance on our cloud bill. And we're continuing that work, right? The thing is, if we didn't have this team, we don't know where we would have been. Secondly, I say we have awareness, both in the engineering community, that cost management and optimization should be part of our DNA, and with our leaders, that this is in fact a discipline that we need to harness. And lastly, I would say we have a plan.
So I think we have time for one more question, because I know I'm personally interested in this. Where is Maersk going to go next with this? Like, tell us about that.
Sure. So I think the first thing is looking at self-service optimization guidance. Look at the top 10 consumers works really well when you're scaling. When you've got small scale there. But when you want to scale out across 100 plus products, we need to provide that guidance directly to the team, and that guidance needs to be accurate. The second thing is we've got visibility across the product teams on optimization. And that's what we're driving next is, so if one team's done great work on Cosmos DB, let's let them, share that as a community into other teams so they can learn from that as well. And then really it's continuing this effort. Cost optimization is a new discipline when we look at technology. And we've adopted the FinOps approach. So, finance, engineering, and the business working together to understand the cost and value of cloud. And it's those together which actually achieves the real savings.
So this has been super helpful. What I'd like to do is thank you so much for your time. I think people have learned from it. I know I have. What I want to do is switch over to my colleague Dante, who can sort of take this apart and talk about what we've learned from your journey and what we've learned from other customers' journeys as well around cost optimization. Dante, do you want to take it from here?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, David, and thank you, Will and Rasmus. That was great. So yeah, that's exactly what we'd like to do now is look at some of the lessons we've learned and the takeaways from Maersk stories and from other customers like Maersk that have done these really great cost optimization initiatives. And what we've done is tried to distill this down into these 7 really highly effective ways that you can optimize your Azure costs. So let's jump right in. So the first one, we heard Will talk a lot about this, about the importance of cost awareness and visibility and accountability. And a great way to think about that is by setting up budgets and alerts. And so that's all about, in a lot of ways, this becomes foundational for the rest of your cost optimization efforts. And so we have a service in Azure to help with this. It's called Azure Cost Management and Billing. You can see a screenshot of it there on the right of this slide. And what it'll show you is what your recent actual spend has been over a trailing period of months. And it'll also give you a sense of what you're forecasted to spend going forward based on the analysis that we've done on your spending. And then you can make a commitment and say, this is the target budget we want to set against this particular application or business unit or whatever the unit you're dealing with is. And then you can go ahead and set up an alert or a series of alerts that'll notify you as you're along your way to your budget, 50%, 75%, 95%. Again, so you're retaining that awareness and visibility and accountability around costs, which is so foundational to a really successful cost optimization initiative. And then really getting into the meat of it, a lot of this comes down to reducing cloud waste. We heard from Maersk, there's a lot of instances where there are unused resources that can be shut down. There are resources that are being underused that can be resized. And a lot of times we've estimated that this can be 70 to 80% of the savings that you see through a cost optimization initiative is through these types of activities here. And so a great example of that is finding those test environments that are running without being used in any significant way and shutting them down, or taking a look at a SKU where it's been sized up for some future need and actually sizing it down to meet your requirements today, because you can always modify that later. So a lot of times the best practice here is starting with the smallest instance that supports your requirements. And then also exploring some other options like burstable SKUs if you have a workload or a resource that is particularly volatile or dynamic over time. And then to help with this, we have something called Azure Advisor, which hopefully some of you are familiar with. Azure Advisor provides best practice recommendations that can help you optimize your resources across a bunch of dimensions, including cost. And new for Ignite, we're announcing Azure Advisor Score, which is now in preview for folks to check out. Advisor Score provides you with a number that represents your current optimization posture on a scale from 1 to 100%, both in aggregate across these 5 different pillars of cost, security, reliability, operational excellence, and performance, but also, in more granular format across each of those categories. And so for our purposes, we'll of course focus on cost for this session. And then once you've got a sense of where you're at today, you can also look at your progress over time. And this is great for benchmarking against yourself or for reporting on progress for your cost optimization initiatives to leadership and so on. And then the other thing Advisor Score does, as before with Advisor, you've got this list of recommendations that are personalized to you based on your usage and telemetry that you can go ahead and take action on to optimize. But Advisor Score now also provides an estimated or a cost score impact against your Advisor Score. So if you take these actions, this is the impact it'll have on your score. And this is really helpful for quantifying what are the most impactful actions you can take that'll greatly impact your environment. So let's just drill down a little bit on one of these. Let's look at the right size or shutdown underutilized virtual machines recommendation, because that's similar to that category of reducing cloud waste. And so this is what is underpinning each advisor recommendation. You can get a sense of what are the resources in your environment that are unused or underused, and then we provide a recommended action that you can take to either resize it from a certain SKU to our recommended SKU based on your usage, that'd be more appropriate, or shut it down altogether if it's just not being used. And then you can see some potential savings there you can achieve. So that's Advisor and Advisor Score. Definitely encourage everyone to check that out. But moving on to number 4, let's talk a little bit about the Azure Hybrid Benefit. This is a great one, and I know this was a quick win for Maersk as well, to reuse on-prem licensing investments in things like Windows Server and SQL Server with software assurance. And actually now also another announcement for Ignite, Linux subscriptions to Azure. You can reuse those in the cloud to save significantly and significantly reduce your costs. For example, up to 85% for Windows Server and SQL Server licenses. So a great way to reuse your on-prem investments in a cloud environment, and often a really great quick win for customers. All right, number 5. So auto-scaling and auto-shutdown is really what this technique is all about. And Will and Rasmus talked about this as well at Maersk, that this was one that they took a look at. And so let's start with a shutdown example. And I'll bring this chart up so you can see it a little better. So what this is showing you is the usage or the demand of a particular resource or workload over a period of time. In this case, it looks like about 24 hours, and then a scale from 0 to 100. So in this case, let's assume that this was originally sized at 100. You can see this resource or this workload is not being used that much, and so by resizing it, you can get that really significant savings there over time. This is one of the reasons why reducing that cloud waste is so important. You can see the big chunk just from the resize savings. And then there's also, however, this opportunity for, looks like the overnight hours when this particular resource is not being used. It can be shut down, and you can set up that automatic shutdown schedule so that it's running more efficiently, really only during certain times when the resource is actually in demand. And then you can see that the net and the total savings across all these rectangles is pretty significant versus the original costs. So that's an example of auto shutdown. Now let's take a look at an auto scaling example. So let's imagine that this kind of diagonal rising to the right of this graph is the demand for a particular resource or a workload increasing over time. And here you can see illustrated a best practice around auto scaling, because often, it makes sense to choose smaller instances and scale out rather than bigger machines to handle the same workload. And so you can see the reason why that is that if you were to use these bigger sizes, you end up with this kind of jagged or sawtooth pattern where there's this spare capacity, and that's basically lost efficiency there from a cost perspective. So another best practice there is to kind of often to scale out rather than up using small instances. And so this is auto scaling and auto shutdown, a really great way to take advantage of the cloud's inherent strength in flexibility and scalability and all those things. All right, so now let's jump into the idea of refactoring, re-architecting, modernizing your cloud design. I realize that this is a lot to take in on this chart, so we're going to zoom in a little bit here. But the overall big picture is to just show you that, yes, there are many choices when it comes to which compute service to choose on Azure, and often that's a pretty big driver of cost, which is why we zoomed in on this one. But we do provide guidance to help you make that decision and to help you modernize your applications. And so we've got a link at the bottom there, and we'll also have additional resources later on. But to zoom in on this and to give you some examples on how this works. So let's say that you're at the beginning of this chart and you're making a decision on a particular workload. Is this a scenario where you're migrating or are you building it new? Let's just say it's a migration scenario. So you go that way on the decision tree. Now, let's say, is this a lift and shift or are you cloud optimized when it comes to this workload? Let's assume it's a very simple case. It's just a lift and shift. Have not done any cloud optimization work yet. So then the question becomes, can it be containerized? And you can make that assessment. We've also got guidance to help with that. But let's assume that the answer coming out of this is no. So you go down that branch of the path. And then finally, is this a web app? And let's say that, yes, it is. It's a Node.js application. Then voila, you end up at Azure App Service as probably the right choice to make for which compute to use for this particular workload. And so, zooming out again, you can see that this will help you through a series of kind of yes-no trade-off type decisions, may arrive at hopefully an optimized place for your compute decision. All right. And then finally, reservations. I know this is one that Maersk is exploring now as well, because this is one of the many benefits, of course, of getting a good understanding of what your needs are, what your capacity is, what your requirements will be going forward. And what a reservation is basically I think of it as a commitment to use a particular service over a period of time, a year, 3 years, and you end up saving quite significantly over the pay-as-you-go rate for that resource, up to sometimes 72%. And so you can see a great way to think about this is if you've got a certain level of demand coming in, you could say, I'm going to commit to this amount. And then you can always use pay-as-you-go resources to supplement or to handle any kind of dynamics after that. So those are the 7 ways we covered. Just a quick recap. First off, awareness and visibility and accountability by setting up budgets and alerts, reducing your cloud waste through activities like shutting down and right-sizing resources, using your licenses in the cloud, taking advantage of those benefits with the Azure Hybrid Benefit, taking advantage of the cloud's scalability and flexibility and agility with AutoScaling and Shutdown, then modernizing and re-architecting and refactoring your workloads, starting perhaps with Azure Compute, your decisions along those lines, and then locking in better rates with reservations. And so with that, just some quick resources and next steps for you. So we've really focused, of course, this session on cost optimization, but that is a part of a larger thing that we call Microsoft Azure WellArchitected, which is really about building healthy and successful workloads that deliver on your business objectives and requirements across a variety of pillars, including security and reliability and performance and operational excellence, in addition to cost. And we provide a large number of resources and tools to help you achieve this. And a great way to think about this is that we've been able to learn from great customers like Maersk and distill that into this framework. And now you're able to take advantage of it so that you don't have to blaze the path yourself as they have done. And so finally, a couple next steps. We definitely recommend taking advantage of the Azure WellArchitected review, going and assessing one or more of your workloads using that. That's basically a Q&A based tool that will help you take a look at a particular workload, and then it'll compare your answers against best practices that we've defined as part of the WellArchitected framework, and give you those prioritized next steps that you can take to kind of achieve your objectives. Again, often utilizing many of the techniques we just talked about, but it'll help you get a little more personalized and targeted. And then, if you found this session interesting, definitely encourage you to go onto Microsoft Learn and check out our Azure Cost Optimization training module. Training is a super important thing. This stuff is, as Rasmus pointed out, it's non-obvious. People aren't necessarily born knowing this. It's not necessarily part of the DNA. And so it's a great opportunity. So it takes less than an hour to complete the training, and it'll help you go deeper on some of the tools and offers and techniques and guidance that we previewed here today. And so with that, I'm going to invite David to join me again and see if we've got any questions that we can answer.
Hey, that was great. And so the good news is lots of people have lots of questions. The bad news is we're not going to have enough time to get to all of them, but I do know that there are subject matter experts on chat who can answer. But let's see if we can hit a couple of these before we run out of time. So the first one that I saw that was kind of interesting was someone asked, you showed that cost optimization is only one part of the well-architected thing. How should we balance cost with things like reliability and performance, which obviously are tricky? So that's a hard one. Go for it.
Yeah, sure. And David, I'll also ask for your thoughts too, because I know you're an expert in this area. But I think it is definitely about things like balance and trade-offs. It's about knowing your requirements and then paying for them, basically paying for what you need, paying for your objectives and your requirements. And so, a good example is something like reliability. Often to make something more reliable, that often means paying more for it because you're paying for things like redundancy and so on. And that can be okay. You can still pay more and be, in an optimized state if that means you're optimally and efficiently meeting your business objectives. So it's really about understanding those goals and objectives for your workloads and then balancing those things. And likewise, the opposite is true too. It could be that you've determined by flushing out your objectives and your financial requirements that a certain workload doesn't need to be engineered as reliably as you expected, and maybe that's an opportunity for cost savings. And the same thing is true for things like performance and things like that as well. David, anything to add there?
No, I totally agree. I mean, the thing that it's important to realize is that optimize is not necessarily as cheap as possible. It's what gets you to the appropriate level of reliability, as we would say in the site reliability engineering world, or what gets you to the place that you need. Because the other risk is if you don't have enough resources online and you get demand and you can't meet them, that's lost money there as well. So I think, it's really that balance thing it's not easy, and it's something that you just have to be conscious and aware of. And I think that gets you a long way. Have real good conversations in your organization using objective data about reliability and about performance and about cost, and that's where you can go. Okay, so let's see if we can hit the last question I think we have time for, which is I think it's going to be an easy one. You've talked a lot about lots of ways to cost optimize on Azure. If you had to choose one or two of those ways, like what's the most important one that should I try right now, is what they're asking basically.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So, I think probably the first one I would say is really around cost awareness and cost visibility. I think that Maersk nailed that point. Certainly that kind of step one is, getting your arms around it, understanding what are you spending today? What are your financial requirements? What do your budgets need to be? So that's where, I think setting up your budgets and then setting up some kind of a reporting and mechanism to keep yourself honest, like alerts and reviews with management or whatever it is. I think that's one of those great ways, even though in and of itself, it doesn't necessarily lead to literal dollars saved on the invoice. I think it sets the stage for all of that. And just having that knowledge and that awareness and in engineers' backlogs and so on leads to really much better behavior. So I think that's really important. And then the other one, if I get to choose a second, is around kind of the cost waste, cloud waste reduction initiatives around things like shutting down unused resources and right-sizing resources. That can be so huge. Again, like I mentioned, from talking to some experts that we have that have worked with so many of our customers on this, that tends to be where you see a bulk of the actual dollar savings or cost avoidance is just by avoiding that cloud waste, which is just, it's natural, I think, that coming from an on-prem environment where those aren't necessarily as hard requirements, you don't necessarily have to think as carefully about each VM size and so on. So it's not necessarily natural yet at this point. That's such a huge way to save. Anything you'd want to add there, David?
Nothing. I think the other thing that you get out of cloud is now you have the ability to easily sort of bring, drop resources or reprovision them or do what you need to. So like now it's really easy to think of the idea sort of programmatically for shutting machines off during the night, when nobody's using them, or when, over a weekend when there's not going to be any development that's going on or any testing going on. And so that makes things really easy. But now I'm seeing the clock tick, and I think what we should do is thank our guests, Will and Rasmus, and thank our audience for listening to this. We hope it's been super useful. Want to say goodbye, Dante?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just echo that. Thank you so much, Will and Rasmus. Thanks everybody for joining, and have a great rest of your Ignite.
Cheers.